Hey guys, welcome. I'm Jana, and today we are duping the Green Goddess from Bella Beauty Bar. These are the shades that I picked out. And I do want to say that this is the first time I've actually done a dupe palette where I've had so many videos to choose from on YouTube. So I would look at one video and I would get my swatches, and then look at somebody else's video and I'd have to change the swatches. So I finally went with Millie from Bad to the Brow. I went with her swatches, and I'm going to link her video below if you guys want to check it out. I'm going to go through each shade that I picked out. We're going to do swatches, and then we're going to do two eye looks. So let's get started. All right, this is the first shade I picked out. It's for Balance, and it is a sheer base pink with lots of sparkles. So I picked from an Earthly. This is from the Sorceress Smoke palette. This is Sorceress. So pretty. For the shade Growth, I used Ensley Rain's Glow palette, and this is Aura. I'm already putting that palette to use, guys. I already put in that palette to use. This is a pretty, I would say almost like a nectar. It's like borderline pink peach. So pretty. This is the shade I picked up for Earth Mother. So Millie described this as like a kind of like a purple gray base with like green and yellow sparkles. So I picked from Ensley Rain. This is from Wolf Moon, and it is Moonlit Prowl. You can kind of see it has like that purple gray base, and then it has just beautiful green, and I'm gonna say silver sparkles. It has like that gray base, but it also has that yellow mustard, if you can also see that in there. So that's why I picked this one, because I think it'd be so perfect. This next shade is for Tranquil. So I picked this from the Ensley Rain Glow palette, and it's Inner Glow. It's just a really pretty, almost borderline blue mint color. This is for the shade Renewal, and it has like a sheer, almost like very light mustard base with blue shimmers. So I picked Ensley Rain. This is from the Flutter palette, and it's Sylph. The next shade is for Wisdom. So I picked Unearthly's. This is from the Sorcerer's Smoke, and it is Intentions. Just a nice brown. This is for the shade Femininity, and it's from Unearthly's Spring Magic, and it's Blossom. And this is just like a nice, I would say like a deep rose shade. It's very beautiful. The next shade is for Lush, and this one has like a pink gold to orange shift. So I picked Ensley Rains. This is from the Light in Your Eyes palette, and it's Prismatic Glow. This one is like it has like it's almost like a purple, but it does have little sparkles of like orange and yellow in there. So that's why I went with this one. The next shade is for Nourish. That was a mouthful. And I picked Cindy Grace's Ivy League. It's just a nice, muted, grungy green. Almost army. The next shade is for Demeter, and it's from Bella Beauty Bar's Secret Garden, and it's Lock and Key. And just a nice forest green. The next shade is for Goddess. That's from Cindy Grace, and it's Woodland Adventure. It's just a nice, dark, deep brown. It's looking a little patchy because I've been wiping my hands between swatches. The next shade is for Enchant, and it's just like a champagne with sparkles. You know, I'm so sorry with my fingers, you guys. I've been out weeding today. It's as good as it gets today, guys. And this is from Unearthly's Sorcerer's Smoke, and it's Potent. And the shade is for Rebirth, and it's from Bella Beauty Bar's Secret Garden, and it's Ivy. The next shade is for Fertility. The shade is described as having like a turquoise base with like a gold to yellow and orange shift. So I went with Ensley Rain's What the Fox, and this is Clever. She's bright, she's beautiful. Look at that. I'm definitely going to use this one today. Holy moly. And the last shade is for Tafiti. I believe that's how you say it. And it's supposed to be a dark forest green. This was as close as I could get. I don't really want to go purchase a dark forest green because I don't really use dark shimmers very often. So this is pretty close. It's from Bella Beauty Bar's Secret Garden, and it's Secrecy. It's like a turquoise green to purple. All right, guys, now I'm going to put up my swatches, and then we're going to get started on an eye look. All right, the first shade I'm tapping into is Growth. And I do want to say, guys, the next video that I have up should be my spring fling haul. I've ordered some stuff up, and this weekend I'll be going to Sephora. I don't know how much I'll be buying. Just gonna look. Still looking for a powder, so we'll see what we end up coming home with. But I did order some stuff that I am so super excited about. So I'll be sharing all that with you. It's probably going to be the next video, I hope. And I forgot to mention, this is the Sydney Grace E12. Now I'm going to tap into Femininity. I love a rose shade. Did I say this was the Sydney Grace E03? I don't think so. All right, Sydney Grace E05, and we're going to go into Wisdom. I got a small dose of colors brush, but any small fluffy brush, minus the cat hair. Much better. And we're going to tap into Goddess. All right, I think I'm going to tap into Balance. Oh, yeah, that's so pretty. I'm going to go with the fluffy brush and spray it just to intensify it a little bit more. All right, I'm going to take a pencil brush and I'm going to tap into this one like also for the inner corner. All right, I'm going to go with the smudger brush. I'm tapping into Goddess. River 28 and going into Wisdom. I could use some of that. Now I got the Refer 02 tapping into Growth. All right, we're going to tap into Milani's Petal Primavera. And I'm going to tap into Nude Sticks. This is Sweet Cheeks. All right, guys, I'm going to finish this up and I'll be right back. All right, guys, it's the finished look. I absolutely love the way it turned out. The shimmer, it just picks up so much of that beautiful, I don't know how to describe it. It's not quite rose. It's not quite a nectar. It's almost like the orgasm blush color, but then the shimmer, I don't know if you guys can see it. It just has like the same colored sparkles in it. It's so, so pretty. Let me tell you what I finished off with. For the lower lash line, I went with Moya Cosmetics Baby Pink. I went with Curious from Essence and blended it out with ColourPop's BFF. And then I went in with Wayne Goss Lotus. Unfortunately, I have to go take this off so I can go do another eye look. All right, guys, let's go to the next look. All right, for this look, I definitely want to go in with the shade, and I'm gonna. If you saw one of my recent videos, you know I don't know why I'm not attracted to those forest greens, so I'm gonna make myself use it today. I think we'll go with maybe that one and that one. We'll kind of see as we get started. All right, and it's still the same brushes, and I'm gonna tap into Tranquil. I'm so curious, did you guys purchase this palette, or are you guys thinking about duping it? Just curious. I just love a good dupe because it really gets me to use my collection, and I honestly have so many palettes. All right, this is Sydney Grace EO3 into Rebirth. But yeah, I just have so many palettes that I just don't even really use as much as I should. So, I mean, I do purchase palettes from Ensley because they're just, I love them. It's one brand that I know I just absolutely love their mattes and their shimmers. So that's why I purchased from them. And then also, I know I can use them for dupes. And then to be honest, it's like when I see a palette, it's usually the color story that I'm just attracted to. And then once I've used the color story, I'm like, oh, okay, I can move on now. All right, does a colors brush going into Demeter. All right, now I'm going to go into Fertility. Oh, so pretty. Oh, that is so pretty. Wow. I'm going to go in with the pencil brush and tapping into that same shade. All right. Wow, I just remembered I forgot to put my shields on. Luckily, I'm gonna have no fallout. All right, I'm gonna do the bottom. I'm gonna do the lower lash line, and I'm just gonna do exactly on the bottom as I did on the top. All right, guys, I still have my blush on from the previous look, so I'm gonna go finish up, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, that's the final look. Wow. I do want to say I want to start adding something new to my dupe videos at the end. I'm going to go through and pick out palettes that are in my collection that are, I feel like you could get a similar look to. So if maybe you don't want to pull certain shades out of your palettes or you don't have singles. So maybe if you have these in your collection or something close to it, you'll be able to dupe it. But first, let me tell you what I finished off with before I forget. For the lower lash line, I went in with Icebreaker from ColourPop. For lip liner, I went in with Milani's Cafe au Lait and blended it out with ColourPop's BFF. Went in with Tease from Melt and Moss from Unearthly. For this color story, I think this is so fun. I mean, I normally don't gravitate to greens and pinks, so to be able just to dupe it, get it out of my system, I'm very happy. But I loved it. I really loved the first look, especially. I think it was so pretty, and I love this one too. Now I'm going to go through palettes and show you how you could get a similar look with some of these palettes. First one is Don't Be Jelly from Unearthly. I mean, you have this green, you have some green shimmers in here, you have the pop of coral, darkening shimmer. I think you could get a pretty similar look using this palette, even if you had to maybe pop into another palette for some other colors. Next one is from Arrow from Adept. This one, especially, I think you could get easily just get this eye look. I mean, you got these three mattes right here, and then you got some pinks, and then let me see these shimmers. I really need to pop into this more often. Yeah, see, and then these are some of the shimmers. That middle, I'm gonna put this down. This one right here, I mean, the shimmer I have on actually, I was tripping me out a little bit because it's the same shimmer, but in the inner corner where there's no mattes, it looks yellow, and then it just kind of gradually goes to dark green. I think it's so spectacular. But you can just see this yellow right here, and then you could just go up over with this one. You got the same look. Next one is Sugar and Grunge from Blend Bunny. Okay, and then you have these rose colors over here. You have the greens. This pretty much looks pretty similar to, you got a nice champagne, some greens, some rose shimmers, and I think you could get a similar look out of this one. The next one is Flower Moon from Ensley. And again, you got these greens, you got like a rose, you got a deepening, and then a ton of shimmers in here. I think you could definitely get a look. I mean, from the first look, I could have just gone in with this one and then maybe gone in with the burgundy a little bit and then pick some shimmers and probably would have been pretty close. Next one is Groovy Garden from Ensley. Again, we got these roses, we have these dark greens, some browns, and then these shimmers. Another palette is the Spring Magic from Unearthly. I think you could very easily get the same looks out of this one. I actually used Blossom out of this palette for today's dupe. You got the greens, green shimmers, browns. I mean, if you have this one, I think you could get very similar looks with it also. And lastly, I'm going to have to say Secret Garden from Bella Beauty Bar. I know the tones aren't exactly the same, but I did actually use a couple of the greens in the dupe today. You have the pinks, it doesn't have the rose. So I think you could get pretty close to a similar look from this one also. All right, guys, that's it. I hope this was inspiring or helpful in some way. I hope you enjoyed it. If you love dupe videos, please stick around because I have some more coming. I got quite a few videos coming. I just have to have time to film them. But I want to thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I hope to see you again. So like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.